If I lean in, you can see my big dumb face. Sorry if you have to look at my stubble. Oh, ain't that something? So I'm giving away these drawings. That one, that one, and that one, and that one. Just gotta go to assistcomic.com, back the campaign, and share the campaign. Still having fun. Of course I'm having fun, man. Doesn't get any better than this. Get to draw all day. What about you? You still having fun? I am having fun, and I'll tell you why I'm having fun. We are 64% funded, 41 backers, and yeah, I want to hit goal in the first 48 hours. So if you haven't yet, please go to assistcomic.com and back the campaign. I'd appreciate it. I think it's a really good comic. It's already done. The comic is ready to go. So yeah, I've been going live quite a bit, and thank you so much to everybody for watching and sharing the campaign and backing the campaign and liking my updates and stuff. You know, it's so cool to be able to draw and create and have people watch and enjoy it. It means a lot to me. I really, really appreciate it. Of course I'm still having fun, Warren. It's so much fun. Don't get any better than this. And yeah, if you go to DylanDistraction.com, that's my YouTube channel. So if you prefer to watch me draw on YouTube, go there. But if you want to just watch me draw here, or Twitch, I'm also on the Twitch. I get to go swimming today. That was great. Who is the lady I'm drawing? This is Distress. She is one of the characters in Cyst, the Skin Grafter. Let's see it in here. So she's that lady. All right. So at the end of your pressers, this kind of gives a little teaser of Cyst, the Skin Grafter. And she is in this book, Cyst, the Skin Grafter. She's like a magical witch. I wanted the archive universe to have like witches and magic and kind of like Conan. I want it to be kind of like that. Warren, yeah. It's all connected. So the Archive universe, the Dylanverse, is Warhood, which is my sci-fi comic. I want to do a sci-fi comic, so that takes place in the future. And then Oppressors with Verses is my modern vigilante street level hero character. And then where's I going with this? And then Cyst is my sword and sorcery Conan style adventure comic. A little more horror, but not super scary, just kind of creepy and gross. So I wanted to have all those genres because I love all those kinds of comics. You know, I love darker hero stuff. I love vigilante, Batman-ish stuff. So I wanted to do something. I wanted to be able to do all of those. So the Dylanverse is all of them. And if you like the Oppressors, you like that sort of art style, then you'll definitely enjoy what I'm doing with Cyst. And if you like Warhood and Ledge and all meta characters, maybe there's some cameos in this book. No. Spoiler alert. It's all connected. Yeah, it is cool. Thank you for thinking it's cool. Appreciate that. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. That's the thing is I liked when comic books kind of had crossovers and all that sort of exciting adventure stuff. That's the kind of stuff I was into, and so that's the kind of stuff I'm trying to make. Not the kind of stuff I'm trying to make, it's the kind of stuff I'm making. And if you go to systcomic.com, you could help push us to goal. We're almost at goal. So close. So close to goal. Mere moments away, I'm sure. All it takes is swooping in right now and grabbing a commission or original drawing. And you could be that person. So I hope everyone's having a good night. I don't know what everybody's up to tonight, but it's Taco Tuesday, so I'm sleepy because I ate a lot of tacos. And I'm going to keep inking this drawing. And if you want art from me, go to systcomic.com. And there's a bunch of cool reward levels, and there's a couple of commission levels. So definitely check that out. And yeah, that's about it. So I'm just sharing it to a couple different pages right now. And I'll keep drawing for you. And I'm listening to music. I hope everyone's listening to something good tonight. I'm listening to some good stuff. So I'm gonna, that's how I ink things. I kind of go through and start blocking out shapes with a micron, which I feel like I get some good line variety, but it doesn't go too thick. Gives me a good line variety. That's going to be black, that's going to be black. Throw this line here. That's going good. I think that looks dope. It's not gonna be electricity. Fireball. Oh, okay, everything blocked out. There's no crazy tangents. Anybody watch Stargirl? I really like the show Stargirl. Let's start with something easy. So what's everybody up to tonight? Doing anything fun? Let me show you these drawings I'm going to be giving away. So to get one of these drawings, all I have to do is go to assistcomic.com, support the campaign, back the campaign, share the campaign, help us get to 100 backers, help us hit goal, and I'm going to send one of these drawings to somebody. So assist in pencils, verses, in inks, 4 drawings going out to 4 backers. Assistcomic.com. Yeah, Stargirl was really good, right, Warren? I've been watching it on the CW app. No, I've been watching it on the DC Universe app, but it got picked up for another season, which I think is great. But it's going to be on CW, which is fine. But seems like they're really kind of moving shows off of the DC Universe app, which sucks. Because I'd like for them to have shows on there. Because I have it. But whatever. Yeah, it's really well done. Just watched this week's episode tonight. It's really dark. Production value seems really high, which is cool. I like Luke Wilson. I think he does a great job as Pat. And I've read some of the Jeff Johns JSA stuff. Like, I know that there's a lot of it, and I don't remember everything, but I read it years ago. And it was great. Check out Stargirl. Yeah, Stargirl. Great show. All those CW shows. I'm an Arrowverse fan. I liked Arrow since the beginning. Flash is great. And the only weird kind of thing I'm wondering if they're going to adjust or change or fix is that they got rid of the multiverse in the Arrowverse. So they wanted to have Batwoman and Supergirl. And Batwoman, man, that show was I really wanted to love it, but man, it just seemed like they were, I don't know, just didn't make any sense to me. So they wanted all the Arrowverse shows like Flash and Supergirl and Batwoman to be on the same Earth, so they did a Crisis, spoiler alert, and they combined everyone's memories. So it's like they remember all their different 52 reality memories, which made no sense. I just didn't get it. I'm like, why would you destroy the multiverse? That's one of the best things about DC is that they have this. You can have multiple versions of Batman. You can have multiple versions of Flash. If you're going to destroy all those different versions, that really limits your ability to create. But then it seems like with this DC fandom thing, the rumors, and they're only rumors, I know nothing, is that they're going to have multiple versions of the characters again through some sort of flashpoint. It's like, well, then that's a multiverse, right? Why is that? Why did the CW Crisis try, why did they try to combine everything into one world when there's not? There's not, there has to be multiple realities, or else there wouldn't be a Snyder Flash and a CW Flash. So I'm wondering if the Crisis wasn't those worlds being destroyed, but just like the Arrowverse being pulled into a different phase or reality or something. And you could write that out pretty easily. Be like, oh yeah, all the CW is on the different planet. Or not different planet, obviously it's a different planet, but different reality. And the multiverse is changed. Or different. I don't know. Because, spoiler alert, the guy, they want to play, that they want to combine the TV shows, which is, I get it, why have Supergirl and Batwoman on different realities, right? Different versions, different universes when, they want them to be able to cross over more seamlessly, or they want there to be a Gotham and a Star City on one Earth. But then they all had like the memories of before when they didn't. It's like, oh yeah. I don't know how that's gonna work. That seems like kind of a pitfall for the actors and for the writers. It's like, okay, it was weird. Then they kind of touched upon it in the show. They're like, oh yeah, Flash is running around the city, but the city's different because it's got its roads are all different now because it's the other Earth and this Earth as one Earth. It's like, whoosh, good. Better to just say that the CW realities merged, and they, it's like, oh, everybody just doesn't know any different. They woke up one day and they realized that there's a Gotham now. And the other thing is, like, you remember a few seasons ago in Arrow when they blew up that town with a nuclear missile? It's like, no one ever remembers that. I was saying that to Tracy. I'm like, did they ever resolve that? That there's like a nuclear, and it's like Rags, the Rag Man. His family was like killed in that nuclear explosion in that town that no one ever talks about anymore. That must be just like a wasteland pit somewhere. I mean, I'm not a super, I don't understand it's a TV show, but do you think they'd be like, oh, well, that city's back? If we're gonna, I don't know, that seemed a little odd to me. Flash, Supergirl, Batman, Black Lightning, and Stargirl. Yeah, Warren, those are great shows. All of those are hits. I watched Flash, Supergirl, Batwoman. I was struggling through. Black Lightning kind of lost me, and Stargirl, I'm all in. I think Stargirl's great, and I was into Black Lightning. I don't know, I just kind of dropped out of it. I think it just had one show too many on my schedule. But I love the guy who plays Black Lightning. I thought he did great, and I was kind of bummed that Ruby Rose didn't continue as Batwoman. I was like, man, this show's finding its legs. She has a great look for the character. But I'm sure that filming those shows is probably really difficult. I'm sure the scheduling is really hard on people. And if you don't love it, then don't do it. So I know they're not going to recast her. I think they're going to just have a different person play a character that is influenced by her, which is weird. But that show is so weird. With the twin sister and the guy with, that could steal people's faces. The show is gross and odd. Just kind of kept jumping around. I was like, hey, what is going on with the show? And I like everything, So the fact that I was a little confused by that shows you that, You know, because I wanted to love it. I was psyched. I thought Ruby Rose looked perfect. I thought it could really go in some cool directions. But it just felt really odd to me. And she kills her brother. I'm like, oh my god. The evil twin and then the good twin gets killed after the merging of their after the crisis. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But yeah, Flash. I mean, Flash is great. I love that show. All those people are great. I'm bummed that the cast is going to be, you know, they keep saying like, oh, that guy's leaving and that guy's leaving. It's like, oh man, it's too bad. It seems like everybody on that show is really good. I wish they could make it all work. But, yeah. Reality affects it. It's funny how this year they had Caitlyn on the couch most of the time because she's actually pregnant, I think, in real life. So they're like, well, she's going to be talking from the couch, covering herself with a pillow. It's like, that's cool. The guy that plays Vibe is great. And Grant Gustin, phenomenal. So, pretty awesome. I love all those shows. Yeah, and go to sistcomic.com. We're at 64% funded. Sistcomic.com. Ooh, let me show you a postcard. Sistcomic.com. Go there. Help us get over goal. Take back one of the original commission levels. Get a drawing. Support the campaign. Back the campaign. Share the campaign. I'm going to be giving away one of these 4 drawings. I'm going to be giving away all 4 of these drawings. Pardon me. And what else were we talking about? Flash is great. Phenomenal casting. Yeah, I love the Flash. I loved all the villains that they've had on the Flash. That's the thing I think that really they just nailed it. Arrow took a while for them to get their bad guys, right? So Deathstroke, great bad guy. I'm a huge Deathstroke fan. That guy played him perfectly. I met him too at New York Comic Con. The guy who plays Deathstroke. So I was walking by and Manu Bennett was sitting at a booth at a table taking photos, signing autographs, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Deathstroke. That's, oh my gosh. So I went to the bathroom, and the New York Comic Con, if you know what New York Comic Con's like, it has an insufficient amount of bathrooms for the number of people at the convention, because the convention is huge, and the bathrooms are tiny. And so there's like one stall for like 100,000 people. You know, and it's like 2 urinals. And you're like, oh, this is going to take a while. So there's always a line. So I'm like psyching myself up. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go over there. And I'm going to say hi to Manu Bennett. So I like splashed water on my face and on my hair. I'm like, yeah. Put my glasses on and I walk up. And he's like, you look just like... And so I had a camera and I tried to take a photo of the guy. The security guy's like, can't do that. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I just want to say hi. And he's like, you can go say hi. Just can't take a photo. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I walk. I'm like, oh, I'm a huge fan of your character, Deathstroke. I think you're the best. Thanks so much. Such a cool character. Like, you look just like him. And I was like, what do you mean I look just what? Who or what? Like, I'm like, no, I'm a fan of yours. I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, everyone gather in. Doesn't he look just like him? I'm like, what? He's like, you look like that guy. That guy from the Fly movie. And I'm like, Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park? He's like, yeah, you look just like Jeff Goldblum, doesn't he, everyone? Turn around, show everyone. I'm like, why? What are you talking about? And so everyone's like, oh, yes, Mr. Bennett, he looks just like him. I'm like, you're just saying that? I don't, really? I'm like, that's all right, I'll take that. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I love your show. And yeah, I think, Jeff Goldblum, that's cool. I didn't really think I looked like him, but thank you. I think it's probably just because I was wearing my big glasses and had my hair slicked back, maybe. So at the time, I looked like I was cosplaying as Jeff Goldblum. And so, very, very nice guy. Gave me shit for a little bit, which is fun. And chatted with him, told him how much I love his character, his portrayal of Deathstroke. He was very appreciative of my gushing and That was it. Just chatted with him. I just want to say that I met him. And very, very nice dude. So that's my Manu Bennett Deathstroke story. Then I immediately called Tracy and said, I met Deathstroke. And she's like, what? Crank call. I'm like, no, believe me. And so that was fun. Because she's also a fan of the Arrow shows. Is there a assist theme song? Would you like me to sing it for you? There isn't, but we could make one. Assists. I'd have to think of it. Put me on the spot. I can't just randomly sing things. Oh, Sist is the best, and he is the guy. He'll punch you in the face and punch you in the eye. Yeah. I'll have to work on it. There's something there. I'm not sure exactly, but I think it's going to be good. I've been listening to a lot of rap music lately. Really liking the new Run the Jewels album. Really been enjoying the NF. That guy's good. What else is good? What's everybody else listening to? Anything good? As I bumped the camera. Give everybody a seizure. So yeah, Sist is about sistcomic.com. We're 64% funded. Please back, share, support the project. I want to hit goal in the first 48 hours, and I'll send everybody a digital comic of Versus issue 0. So back it, do it. What else? Yeah, the Snyder cut. I'm excited about that, and I love that stuff. Like, yeah, like I was saying about a multiverse. Like, yeah, you can have the Pattinson Batman, you can have Batfleck. It's like, why not have all of them? With a DC multiverse, you can have all of them. It's not one or the other. It's one and the other, in my opinion. Why wouldn't you have multiple Batman? You can make multiple Batman movies, make money multiple times. Yeah. You think people are going to go to 4 Batman movies a year? Yeah. Do you think people wanted to see a Joker movie? Yeah. Do they think, are they confused that Jake Gyllenhaal? That's not the name. Are they confused that the guy from The Dark Knight, whose name I can't remember, is a different Joker than Joaquin Phoenix? No, they get it. There's multiple Jokers. That's cool. Could be 100 different Joker movies. People see them if they're good. And even if they're not, make them anyway. In my opinion. Oh, I watched the ultimate cut of Batman v Superman on the HBO Max. Anybody else watch that? Yeah, right. Snyder cut. Keaton. Why not? I say the more awesome stuff, make it. Especially with this whole Snyder thing. It's like that. If I liked the ultimate cut of Batman v Superman, it was long, but it's a cool take on those characters. I also love James Wan's Aquaman. I thought that was a cool take on that character. The thing that DC, the strength that DC Cinematic Universe can have over the Marvel Cinematic Universe is you can have multiple Batmans. You can have multiple Aquamans, multiple Flash characters because of multiverse, because of Flashpoint, because of time travel. You can't do that. There's only one Tony Stark is Iron Man. He even says, I am Iron Man in the movie. So that means you can't have 5 Iron Man. It doesn't make sense. But you could have 5 Jokers, you could have 5 Batman, easy peasy. Yeah, I like Batman v Superman. When I saw it in the theater, I was depressed about it. It was, it's a dreary movie, and I'm sure that Justice League, the Snyder Justice League, is going to be a bummer of a film too. But that's cool. Make that. You don't have to make something that's, you know, Infinity Gauntlet DC version. Like, no, make a bummer of a movie. Joker was a bummer of a movie, and I still watched it. It's like, yeah, you can make that. Why not? Or make a Deadpool movie. That's a fun, funny movie. You can make that one too. I say have all the movies. More all awesomer things. Yeah, I thought Batfleck was great. I thought he looked, like a Batman, which was cool. I liked the suit. And I loved Nolan's Batman stuff too. Clearly he was going for a different thing, but I thought that the Nolan Batman stuff was great. Trying to think of things I didn't like. The list of things I don't like is probably a lot shorter. Because I like everything. My friends give me a hard time. Because they're like, that was terrible, that was dog crap. And I'm like, I don't know, that was fine. It's like, I don't know, better. Dark movie. Yeah, Affleck's Batman was great. His take on the character was really good. I agree. I thought he was great. I hope that they are able to come to some sort of agreement about him again in the future. Maybe the rumor is, if you get a Ben Affleck Batman again, I'd watch it. Sure. Suicide Squad was a little weird. That one was, but I liked the what was that, Ayer? Is that the guy? He's like, I got a whole cut of the movie. Why don't we have the Ayer cut? I'm like, why not? Do it. Put it out. Now that we have all these streaming platforms, they're looking for content. Let's have the Ayer cut. Birds of Prey. That movie was fine. That's probably one I wasn't psyched about. I thought Black Mask, Ewan McGregor, did a pretty good job. But yeah, that one just didn't connect with it. Birds of Prey. I saw it. It's fine. I actually like Suicide Squad better. I guess. I don't know. Birds of Prey was just like, yeah, it's cool. Kind of funny. Kind of more of a breakup comedy, but can't really remember anything about that movie. Like if you held a gun to my head and say, hey, what was Birds of Prey about? I'd be like, yeah. Don't remember. Harley breaks up with the Joker. I can't think anything happens after that. Black Mask is in it. Yeah. Huntress, maybe? Yeah. Don't remember. No, I seriously can't remember what Birds of Prey was about. Somebody please tell me, because I'm having a tough time remembering. Remind me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's a movie. I've seen it. You know what's a great show? Everybody. The Harley Quinn animated show with Kaylee Cuoco on DC Universe. Wow. DC Universe came out of the gates hot with Swamp Thing, Titans, Doom Patrol, and Harley Quinn. Now, I don't know if any of these shows are ever going to come back. Doom Patrol looks like it's on HBO Max. Who knows about Titans? But all those shows are so good. And even if they never continue or we never see another iteration of them, we're lucky to have had them. Like that Swamp Thing show is just so well done. And Titans, crazy good. I love it. Doom Patrol I haven't watched yet. I watched one of them and it didn't click with me. But that Harley Quinn animated, oh my god, 2 seasons of that show. The voice acting is so good, so funny. That's been one of my go-to shows. It's just fun, action, silly, comedy. It's what I think Birds of Prey was trying to be and failed, as opposed to what Harley Quinn the cartoon is doing, it's just like nailed it. They should have just done the Harley Quinn animated movie. Oh, that'd be cool if they did that with an animated movie. I'd watch that. Just have like a 2-hour Harley Quinn animated with all those voice actors and all those characters. Dr. Psycho and Kite Man. There's a lot of Kite Man in that show. Kite Man. Poison Ivy's right in that show. It's banging. So yeah, go to systcomic.com. We're holding strong at 41 backers. I don't know if me being on live is increasing the backers. It's not decreasing the backers, but yeah, go to systcomic.com, everybody. Everybody. Go there. Back this. Let's make this a reality. Let's hit goals so we can move on to stretch goals. And I'm going to be giving away these 4 drawings to people. All you got to do is back the campaign, share the heck out of the campaign, help us get to 100 backers, and yeah, I'll send you a drawing. Why not, right? That's my way to give back to people, thanking them for liking my work and sharing my work and promoting my work. I think that's the least I could do. What time is it? It's almost 11. Yeah, so hope everybody's having a good night. Everybody's staying safe, staying inside. It's pretty crazy. I haven't really gone very far in the last 3 or 4 months. I know I'm not the only one that's been hanging low. I hope you're safe wherever you are. Yeah, so Adam, you let me know if you've seen the Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition. I thought it really helped to explain some of the things, and there's so much imagery in those movies. I mean, it's like, oh yeah, that's like when he says Martha, that's Rosebud from Citizen Kane. Like, people get that, right? I mean, I think people were, that became kind of a cliche jokey thing, but it's that reveal is the reveal from Citizen Kane, right? People get that connection, I hope. It's like, is Snyder just too smart or trying to be too smart? Like, I really liked Watchmen. His version of Watchmen, I thought was great. But what was the better version of Watchmen? It's the HBO show. That HBO Watchmen show is ahead of its time. That, I think, is on HBO Max too. If you haven't seen the Lindelof HBO Watchmen show, you gotta go. That show's, it's just groundbreakingly good. Like, mind-numbingly good. And, what do they say, prescient? Like, it knew it was going to happen before it happened. It's that good. You can see into the future. Really made the movie make more sense. I know, right? These movies, especially that one, it seems like, I don't know if movie's too smart for people, or if they just didn't want it, like Shazam. Not a lot of imagery, not a lot of thought put into the Shazam movie. It's just a fun, entertaining Shazam movie. And you're like, oh, okay. And that one did really well. I think people are like, that's what we wanted. We wanted that, a kid's movie. It's like, okay, well, you can have both. You can have Shazam, which is clearly a very funny kids movie. Not a lot of, subtlety in that film. And then you can have Batman v Superman, which uses a lot of references to things, and is really, working hard, and it's complicated too. That's the thing about the Batman v Superman, the Ultimate version. It's like 3 hours of. There's a lot more of them working on like trying to crack the case, and I'm like, I saw the theatrical version of this. I don't remember them trying to crack anything. It's like there was a bullet that they talked about briefly, and that seemed to be the end of what they were worried about with the bullet. But in the Ultimate cut, it's a lot of them trying to figure out, and a lot like one thing about the Ultimate cut. Yeah, Shazam was fun, right? Batman v Superman wasn't trying to be a fun movie, and it was successful. And you can have both. It doesn't have to be one or the other. The thing about that Ultimate cut, it helped with just one little thing, right? So if you're like, what's the difference between the Ultimate cut and the theatrical version? There's a couple, but the one that really helped me was when that guy in the wheelchair. I didn't understand that at all in the theatrical cut. I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't understand if he knew he was a bomb or if he didn't know he was a bomb. What was going on with that? And why was he sending his checks back to Bruce Wayne? Like, that was a big part of the motivation for Bruce Wayne to be upset at Batman, was that guy in the wheelchair. And in the Ultimate Edition, you're like, oh, all it took was a couple lines. It's like one line was his wheelchair had lead, and Superman can't see through lead. Oh, okay, so Superman couldn't see the bomb. Okay. And the other thing that happens in that is that she goes into his home, and she's like, oh, he bought groceries. He didn't know he was a bomb. He was a fall guy. And I'm like, oh, those two little things that I don't remember being in the theatrical version, correct me if I'm wrong, helped me. And then the other thing was, Lex was like, oh, all it took to tip him over the edge was a couple of notes. You failed. And he quoted the checks that the wheelchair guy had sent back. And it's like, oh, so he did that. Like, I don't know if I remember that in the theatrical version either. Maybe I missed it. Now, are there a lot of coincidences? Yes. Clearly. In order to get that movie off the ground, you had to have Metropolis and Gotham across the bay from each other to make that scenario work. Okay. Seems a little odd that Superman never knew that there was a Batman. Like, clearly in this, he's been fighting crime for a while. They refer to it a few times, so it's like Superman never knew that there's a Batman. He's like, there's a guy dressed like a bat. It's like, yeah, in that place right there, you can see it from here. And especially you can see it from here. That was a little inconvenient. So there's stuff like that where I was like, eesh. Wish they could have figured a more elegant way to do that, but that's splitting hairs. For me anyway. It doesn't ruin my enjoyment of the film. Or my appreciation of the film. Maybe enjoyment's the wrong word. I appreciate it. What were some other things about the Ultimate Edition? A lot more Lois Lane in the Ultimate Edition. Superman actually helps the people after the explosion in the Senate. It's like, oh, that's good. The other thing about that movie, Across the Bay, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it's just over there. Gotham and Metropolis are like, 2 minutes away by ferry. Like, okay, that's odd. But, I was thinking probably what they're thinking was it's like New York and New Jersey, right? It's like, oh, okay, well, if you think of it like New York and New Jersey, those are different places, and people know that they're different, and they feel different. So I kind of tried to rationalize it like that. Which it's like, okay, if that's how we're gonna do it, then that's how we're gonna do it. But it was a little disorienting at first. Then the other thing that was odd was Lex Luthor keeps referring to his father, right? And so my fan theory is that Lex Luthor in that weird Eisenberg version is Alex Luthor, and his father, the tyrant that he fears, is Lex Luthor. And Alex Luthor becomes a Lex Luthor style character, but he becomes that character, right? He doesn't start off as Lex Luthor. He starts off as Alex Luthor, Alexander Luthor. There is nothing in the movie that would indicate I was right about that, but I'm sticking with it. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep inking this. I kind of feel like getting up and moving around a little bit right now, though. The thing about making comics is you gotta know when you gotta take a break. I've been drawing a lot the last couple of days. But everybody, don't forget, sistcomic.com. Please share, help us hit goal, help us hit 100 backers. If we hit goal in the first 48 hours and giving everybody a digital comic, and all the physical reward backers will get cool chromed out Warhood stickers. And we're already at 41 backers. We're almost at halfway to 100. Glass half full for sure. I'm super appreciative to everybody that's backed it and everybody that shares and supports and likes my work. It is humbling to have friends that like what I'm doing and appreciate it. And I think, if anything, watching me draw and seeing my process, I think people appreciate the amount of effort and energy and thought that goes into what I'm trying to do. Love it or hate it. Love it. I prefer love it. I think everybody can see that making comics and being a creator is, you got to be passionate about it because it's time consuming, and you got to really love it, and I really do love it. So yeah, I'm going to keep drawing this. I'm going to do more of this cool like texture thing, because this is like a glowing thing. I'm going to do like flames come off of it. I think that's kind of cool. So I'm going to keep rolling with this. Hey man, nice chat with you. I'm going to also call it a night. Okay. Thanks. And go to sistcomic.com. Bye.